How and why do people get fat? There could be a very easy way to answer this question, and there's also a very complicated way. And the truth is that both of them are correct. I'll start with the easy way first. You ate too much and you didn't exercise enough. Pretty easy, right? Calories in, calories out. Now, even though this is an overly simple way to explain a complex problem, it does have a lot of truth to it. You won't find very many obese people in third world countries where there's a shortage of food. Also, people that are very physically active their whole lives tend to not store all that much fat, surprisingly. You can take one look at most foreign countries that don't have the obesity problem and see, one, that people rely a lot less on their cars for getting around, which means they walk a lot more, and two, they don't have the abundance of processed foods that we do. So the whole eat more, work out less idea can easily explain the reason why someone would get fat. However, something that I can tell you after 12 years of being in the fitness industry and seeing thousands of people that gained a bunch of fat and came to me for help is that this problem can be simplified even further and can also be infinitely more complex. I'm talking about so complex that we have terms like insulin and ghrelin and leptin resistance and thyroid conditions and metabolic issues, and we can explore how processed food and refined grains can damage our hormones and stress can lead to cortisol, and talk about how a calorie isn't a calorie and how thermogenic effect of foods exist. And I just want to take all that complexity and try to wrap it up for you into something that you can easily understand and actually apply. At the end of the day, I have to say that the bottom line, my bottom line at least, to this question of why people get fat is based on my own personal experience in regard to helping people lose weight. So I'm sure it's at least slightly biased. But with that said, from what I've seen, it all starts with a decision. Before you can let yourself go, you have to first make some agreements in your own mind. At some point, you decide that you either have a choice or you don't have a choice. And that lack of choice eventually turns you into somebody that turns into a victim that somehow fate has chosen to give you this condition. It doesn't start off obvious. The choice, I mean, it's not obvious, but it's the little things that eventually they add up. I've met with thousands of people trying to lose weight, and all these people, they were vastly different. I've had men that used to be very active and athletic throughout all of high school and college, and they played sports and everything, and then just got busy with work and let themselves go. I've had many moms that have been consumed by raising their children, which, don't get me wrong, that's not a bad thing, but it's no excuse for letting yourself go. I've had people that have just been out of shape their whole entire lives, or people that have gotten too old, right? And their metabolism slowed down. And even though all these people are very different, they all made a very similar choice. And that choice is that you don't have a choice. The agreement you must make in your own mind to let yourself go is ironically that it's out of your own control. Most people that I've seen that are out of shape tell themselves that they got fat because of a reason that is outside of their control. The guy that was athletic and then got consumed by his job will say that there's just no time. And even though the mom raising her kids is different, she would also say she had no time. Time for what, you might be thinking? No time to cook healthy and no time to exercise consistently. Time, when looked at this way, is totally out of our control. The person that's been out of shape their whole life will say and believe that they've been affected by this condition their whole life, all because of genetics. Even the person that says that they're just lazy is not at all acknowledging the problem. People that admit to being lazy, they are saying that this is just the way I am, and I've always been this way, this is how it's going to stay, and again, it's out of their control. They were born with it, this lazy condition. People that say they hate exercise, same thing. If I was only blessed with loving exercise, I'd be like the rest of the people that are in shape, out of their control. I've just gotten older is one of my favorite ones. If you think that as everyone gets older, everyone becomes tired and stops exercising, and their metabolisms will slow down, and this will happen no matter what as you get older, well, you're taking away your choice, and you're making up your mind to agree with the fact that there's nothing you can do about this entire situation as you're getting older. And by the way, this is completely untrue. Not based on my experience, but there are countless people that have already proven that you could be physically active and live a healthy lifestyle throughout your entire life. The good news is that at any point, you can just change your choice. At any point, you could take responsibility for what has happened and what is going to happen and continue happening going forward. I myself didn't always recognize the importance of being physically active and eating right, but at some point around 14 years old, I realized that my weight, my strength, my health, the way I look and feel is totally 100% my responsibility, and I have to make a choice. To be completely honest, I never really liked exercise. Even now, I would say right now, 9 times out of 10, I don't even feel like putting myself through a workout. But I make sure to do it anyway. And just like I haven't missed a week of brushing my teeth, I haven't missed a week of exercising ever since I made this choice when I was 14 years old. Because I know that it's my responsibility. I know that I have to. When I tore my bicep right off the bone and I had to have it reattached, it would have been very easy for me to decide that because of an unfortunate series of events, I couldn't exercise for a while, which could have very easily turned into forever. And then I could have just sat there for the rest of my life and been like, yeah, I was really into fitness at one point, but you know how life is. I tore my bicep and then it was just never the same, and I got busy. Instead, I made a different choice. Within a day or two after my surgery, I was in the gym. I was working my legs. Not all of life is supposed to be fun and pleasant. You don't get up every day and brush your teeth, right? Because it's fun. You do it because it's necessary for your teeth to not fall out of your mouth. Well, it's necessary for you to be physically active, not for just parts of your life to get in shape, but for your whole life. It's necessary for you to not overindulge in fake food. You have a physical body because you were meant to be physically active, and it's your responsibility to stay physically active your whole life. Not do a workout program for a couple weeks and then stop for a couple months and then start again to lose the weight and then stop again and gain the weight back, because every time you stop, no matter what reason you come up with, you are refusing to take responsibility. And then you can easily fall down a very slippery slope and make it harder and harder and harder to take responsibility. This is just a common theme that I've noticed and that I've discovered over the years in the fitness industry that leads people to becoming fat. As long as you realize that you have the power to change things, you can. So that's it, guys. I really hope this video has helped you guys out. If you enjoyed this video, make sure you leave it a big thumbs up and comment below and subscribe to this channel.
Pump it.